Hello, friends. It's Nancy from Astrology and Angel Mediums today with another deck unboxing. This is the Beloved Dead, an oracle for divining ancestral wisdom by Carrie and Tina Hardt. Now, this is one of the decks that I've had in my collection for quite some time. I purchased it maybe 6 months ago, but maybe a little bit longer. And this is a wonderful companion for the Relative Tarot, which I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about on my channel. It is one of my favorite decks. And I think it's the same artist that worked on the Relative Tarot that also assisted Carrie with the Beloved Dead. So they're beautiful companions. And as you may have seen in my deck review of the Relative Tarot, you'll see why I love this deck so much. So I decided to purchase the Beloved Dead, again, as an oracle companion to utilize with my for my ancestral grimoire practice. And so this is actually published by Weiser books, which is the same as the Relative Tarot. So there's a lot of similarities. These are the mass-produced versions. If you do have the Kickstarter versions or the indie print, it might look a little bit different than what I have. So it's got one of these magnetic closed boxes. It's got a large guidebook, and then similar to the Relative Tarot, all the cards kind of sit in there. There's a little ribbon to help you pull the cards out without damaging the little box. So the back has a couple of the images from the cards. This is an 82 card deck, so it is quite large, which is why I did not feel like putting it back in order, as I'm not even sure what order these go in because there's not numbers on it, on the actual cards. And so there is a 144-page full color guidebook that accompanies the deck. And so this is essentially kind of meant to help you connect to your ancestors or your beloved dead, so to speak. So as I am currently trying to kind of connect a little bit more to my ancestral roots and such, I thought that this would be a wonderful addition to kind of help me, because while tarot can give us a lot of answers and guidance and information, something about having a little extra with an oracle card, so to speak, is a really nice addition to your ancestral practice. So, and I figured since they were both made by the same artist and the same person that wrote the other kind of information guidebook for the Relative Tarot, I thought that this would be a nice addition. So again, this is just an oracle to divine ancestral wisdom. We have the typical, like introduction, what's in the box, how to begin, and then the card meanings. So it is a full color guidebook that has a lot of little additional artwork here and there, nothing too crazy. It's not just filled up with images, so that is nice. There is a lot of information, and it kind of explains the layout of the cards, how to use the cards, their intention with certain cards. So they have the Spirit Throne, they have the Act of Love cards, they have the Beloved Dead cards, and then it tells you how to actually connect to your ancestral beloved dead, which I think is nice because some of us, we kind of tend to struggle a little bit, right? And so we have, full color inside of the guidebook to kind of tell you how to utilize the cards. And then we also have an opening and a closing incantation that you can utilize if that is something that you are looking to do. And then we have different cards to kind of tell you. Now, I will say that I don't really reach for this deck quite as much as other decks that I like to use at this current moment. It's not that it's challenging to use, it just doesn't always feel super organic for me. So I'm still trying to kind of develop a relationship with it. That's why I decided to just do a deck unboxing to kind of show you guys what the cards look like and what we have going on. So there is some nice information inside of the guidebook to kind of help you understand the different energies here and why they included certain things or certain themes or certain cards, and to kind of help us connect a little bit more to that energy. So there is, again, there's 82 cards. There's a lot. And there's a lot of images and imagery and different additional information to each of the cards, which I think is fun. We have a Ouija card. And then we also have like some spreads that you can use, and then really large spreads that you can also utilize as well if that is something that you are looking to do. So here's some information on the artist and the writer. So let's look at the cards, right? Again, I did not put these in order. It is 82 cards in this deck. So we're just going to kind of go through and look at them because I have used this deck. And so, again, I love that the artwork is very similar to the Relative Tarot, which I do love a lot of the artwork. I don't always understand some of the particular cards that they chose, like chicken. So, but I think it's funny that they found somebody that was dressed up as a chicken way back in the day. But there are some interesting themes, and these are probably going to be all discombobulated, of course. And I'm turn them around, and then it'll be whatever. I do love that the addition of different cultural and ethnic groups. I think that that's nice for someone like me I'm Mexican, but I have a lot of different things that make up what I am. So it's nice because I know that not all of my ancestors are a monolith and we all look different. There's beautiful artwork. And again, if you love the Relative Tarot, I think that this is a beautiful addition to that kind of ancestral working. Again, I'm still trying to figure out how to use this a little bit more. I hope that from this point forward, I will start to connect more to this deck and start utilizing it. But it has really good themes. There's some that are a little bit interesting. And there's some famous, people added in as well. So I think that's fun. There's Queen Victoria. And there is a little bit of everything with the deck. There's addiction, there's perfection, there's, grief, there's, Ouija, there's good themes, there's other things. And I think it's good, like if you're trying to divine how to maybe connect to someone's personality, it's nice to have all of these different things because, again, not all of our ancestors are going to be good. Not all of them are going to be, like people that didn't do things that maybe weren't that great. Some of them may have really great qualities, but then also qualities that are a little bit questionable. I'm going to keep turning these around. So sorry if that is. And I just think it's nice to have that inclusion because, again, not everyone in our bloodline is always going to be a good person or not have had, some issues. So I didn't mention the deck does have some gilding. It is just typical gold. I wish it would have been more of like this tealy blue, but that's just me being a little bit picky. It is more of a shiny finish on the cards, which is nice because they, shuffle very easily. But what do you guys think? Is this a deck that you guys would use? Do you like using an ancestral kind of deck for your ancestral practices? Is that something you've ever done? Is this a deck that you would want to add into your ancestral practice? So let me know what you guys think. I hope that you enjoyed. As always, this is just a simple deck unboxing. It's not a deck review. I haven't had this deck long enough to really review it, and I haven't actively used it long enough for me to say, like, in good faith, to say, okay, I've had this long enough. This is actually worth, what I spent on it and utilizing it and for the purpose that I had intended to use it for. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take care, stay safe, and as always, make some good choices, all right? Bye.